two people. Say hey, Wayne.
Yeah, what's up, boys and girls? How are we?
All right, that's Wayne, and he's going to be my co-host. Oh, you know what? I kind of messed up here. All right, there we go. Hey, what's going on there? All right, I'm trying to bring it so I can see. Yeah, you bring Wayne on live, and he screws me up in the beginning. See?
There it is.
Now, there you go. All right, so it's week one. Oh, you know what? Oh, hold on. Let me turn that off. You hear the buzz going on? That's my LinkedIn thing.
There's that delay.
I know. Hey, look at that. Mark cannot handle a guest. That's why he goes solo. Anyways, Wayne's on here. One, he's a friend. Two, he how would you say it? You chose Hallowed Be They Name because I knew I was going to do Iron Maiden, but he kind of suggested that, so he's going to be on here. So he'll be commenting live instead on the side, so this will really screw up. But anyway, that's okay.
I got some great fun facts about Iron Maiden.
Oh, great.
Too, so.
All right, so we're gonna go do the intro, and we'll be back in about 7 minutes. I selected the live version that I love. I mean, the remastered album one's good too, but I like this. This is my favorite version. Anyways, enjoy, and we'll be back on the other end. So Wayne, I'll see you in 7 because we can't talk when the thing's on. Restreams that way. Anyway. All right, here we go. Iron Maiden, Hallowed Be Thy Name, Thursday, 4 p.m. You know.
I'm waiting in my cold cell when the bell begins to chime, reflecting on my past life, and it doesn't have much time, 'cause at 5 o'clock they take me to the gallows pole. The sands of time for me are running low.
don't stop it. Don't. There he goes. Keep going. That's awesome. He's like rocking out, like playing air guitar. Pretty awesome.
Go.
I like air guitar. Except I like my real guitars better.
Yeah,
Anyways, hey everybody. Hey Rainey. Let's see if I think Bob might be on there. I don't know. Anyways, T-Lock's here. Jacob's here. Rainey's here. Rainey thinks she's my cousin-in-law, but she's really my cousin. She doesn't know it. She's blood. I don't care. I don't care if the biology says no. She's blood. Anyway.
All that matters.
That's all right. She's awesome. I love her.
That's all that matters, right?
Anyway, I love you too, Jacob. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. And I love Wayne. I love everybody. Anyway.
Where's the selfie?
What we say at the top of the song when nobody was on. Wayne suggested this song. I was going to do Iron Maiden. Of course, you have to do Iron Maiden Heavy Metal Month. But I was trying to search for a song, and he picked Hallowed Be Thy Name. And at first, I'm like, I was thinking Running for the Hills and, the Trooper one. And then, you know what? Actually, I like the song. It's one of their most philosophical. And it's one of the songs that always makes me laugh because people take it like, Hallowed Be Thy Name. Oh, that's a part of the Christianity and blah, blah, blah. And they're being blasphemous. Listen to the freaking song. It's about a guy on death row waiting to be hanged in the morning on the gallows pole. And he's just reflecting on his life and he's going, wow, what have I done? Is there any way to save my soul? What did I do? Can I do something now? Can I change the way? I mean, it's a pretty deep song, actually. And as with most of Iron Maiden's best songs, it's written by Steve Harris, the bass player, who I love. If you ever see him in concert, watch Steve, watch the bass player, because he wrote most of the songs. And when I wish I could have shown the video, but for this live one, this is my favorite version of the song. It's a live one. But so they've been together almost 50 years. Can you believe that? So Steve's the founder, bass player, principal songwriter. And whenever they play this song, I actually don't know if it's usually one of the encores, but who knows? They have so many songs, they arrange them how they want. Well, when I saw them, they played this as an encore. And Steve's just like bouncing out. He was excited as I was when I was a teenager trying to be a rock and roll star. And he's been a rock and roll star for like 40 plus years. And he's just like going at, and he's like mouthing the words and he's just getting into it because he's not the singer. He's a bass player, but he wrote the song. And Bruce Dickinson's just up there. Can't sing like Bruce, so I'm not going to try. Anyway, welcome.
You know what's funny though, Mark, is thank goodness that you chose this one, because if you would have chosen, like, let's say, Rim of the Ancient Mariner, you would have been halfway through your show without us even speaking.
I know. But see, that's another. But that's an example of another reason that heavy metal is not bad. That is like a 17. I think that's a long poem. I don't know who wrote it, but some famous poem that they teach in English literature. And basically, Steve Harris wrote a song around it. And so it's that even though it's a long song, it's a poem. It's like a classic poem. Rob Berry in the house, yo, Rob.
Rob.
I mean that's how many bands do? I mean, maybe Yes does. Yes is one of my favorite bands. I mean, they do stuff like, and we'll have a progressive rock song, but the problem with Yes is my favorite songs, like you said, Ryan, would be take up half the show. Well, a Yes song, take Topographic Ocean, one of my favorite albums of all time. It's a double album. How many songs does it have, ladies and gentlemen? 4.
Yep, that's it.
Each side is a song, but they're good. It's like classical. It's like some of the best classical music, even though it's not classical, but you know what I mean? Anyways, we should get back to Iron Maiden. Yep. So I actually have quotes by the drummer, long-term drummer. I have one by Steve, the bass player, founder, and then one, of course, by Bruce Dickinson. Bruce Dickinson's quotes is the best. I forgot he said that, and then I read it. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Hey, Mark, did you know both Steve and Bruce have sons that have their own bands and are doing actually very well right now and are hitting mainstream
Blind Lion for Steve, and then well, Dickinson doesn't have a name. He just calls it the Bruce Dickinson Band, right?
Yeah, he's actually changed over now. He's over to another band.
Okay.
But he's a good. It's another band.
But Steve, man, he's. Oh, thank you. Of course, I should have known Rainey was going to tell us who wrote the poem. Coleridge. That's right, because
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, thank you, Rainey. Now Rainey knows a lot of stuff. She's like a really dedicated teacher. Yeah. Anyway, and coach, and I don't know if she's an athletic director anymore, but she was. Anyways, the woman is not hyper. She does a lot of stuff, and she does it all well. You know, she's one of those people you hate. Oh, Rainey's doing that? Yeah. She's been doing it for 2 minutes. She's doing it better than me. Dang you, woman. Anyway.
So, hey, I'm not distracting you this time.
No, I know. It's Rainey. So, yeah. But, oh, she's still AD. Cool. Which means athletic director, ladies and gentlemen. But no, we're not going to tell that story. This isn't Rainey's story. Well, we might do a show about Rainey, though, on my Inside Leaders' Heads. But yeah, I mean, Bruce is consistent. All the others are consistent. But Steve, man, that guy, it's kind of like Rainey. I mean, I think he's had 3 bands, actually. So he did Blind Lion and did, obviously, Iron Maiden. And then he writes most of the songs, like I said already. He produces. He does, if not most of their videos, he does the editing. In fact, one of the quotes, I decided not to use it, but one of the quotes was, well, I mean, it was more eloquent than this, but basically he goes, yeah, when the other band members are sloughing off, I'm working on another album with another group, or I'm editing Iron Maiden, or I'm marketing editor. So they have time off. I don't have time off. So anyway.
I don't know how.
All
the tours and millions that they go through.
I know. That's right. So let's go to the first quote, though, by Steve Harris, the bass player. It's about the music for us, always has been, and the bottom line is music. So that is so true. So, yeah, and they do, like this song, they do really good music. They're really good, excellent musicians. In fact, it's either Steve or Bruce. I don't know if you noticed in the intro, I said something about Metallica.
Of course. It's one of my favorites again.
Yeah, so while Metallica's in court, you know, all those free downloads, we want money, 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 money. So what did Iron Maiden do? Iron Maiden goes, you know, you could actually do analytics on people downloading our music. So we're going to do analytics, and we're going to look at the cities where the most free downloads of our music is, and those are the cities we're going to go to in our concert, and they sell out every freaking show, and they sell lots of merchandise with Eddie on it and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Don't worry about Iron Maiden. They're making their money.
Hey, Mark, I went to one in Mexico City, right? And it was
really? That'd be cool.
100,000 people in the slew of the field, right? Because there's no stadiums there. So they did it on a platform with great amplifiers and everything else. And all you look forward to is a row of people all the way through. And when everybody's jumping up and down, it almost looks like the ocean's out there.
That's
amazing.
Pretty cool.
If you could ever find videos of them overseas, you guys will know what we're talking about. It's truly awesome. No, there's hardly any other band has had that.
And just one comment for those people good at geography. Mexico City is not overseas. It's down south.
I know that.
I know.
Is that a U.S.?
No, yeah, definitely. How did it sound, though? Because a lot of times when those open.
It was amazing. I mean, you know, Bruce is Bruce. You know, Bruce is a pilot, which is amazing. Another amazing fact that he flies them all over the place. You know, so from tour to tour, he's the guy that's flying the band, which is
I think they have a 757. He flies a 757.
Yes, it is the 757. It's customized to his controls that he wants. And they designed. Steve designed it though. Steve had to design the paintings of what they wanted on the jet.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, when you own your own jet. I mean, just a lot of us hate being in the old floating bus tube that is commercial air. But when you own your own, you can configure it. It's like a little condo in the sky. It's pretty damn nice. Yeah. Oh, so let's get to the first quote. But we'll do this. So clarity of purpose backed by action always leads to success. So Iron Maiden knows they're about music. They're all about the music. And I just love that. You know, I mean, I wanted to be a rock star. And if I were coming up now, I might be a little pissed that all my music was being downloaded for free. But then I'd also realize, you know what? me as in a person, not gonna be able to do anything about it. It's just the way it is. So how do I leverage it? So I love that Iron Maiden looked at that and they go, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but we can use this. And then they use it to, sell a concert. Meanwhile, Lons and all the rest of Metallica are sitting in with their microphone. I am the drummer for Metallica. I really think this is wrong. We're one of the most successful bands and millionaires, multimillionaires, based on the music business. And we want to go after a Little John Smith for downloading our music. I mean, don't get me wrong. Metallica's okay.
I remember that.
Actually, if I had to rate the three, so Black Sabbath to me is probably best heavy metal. And by the way, I'm taking Led Zeppelin out of it because I don't consider Led Zeppelin a heavy metal band, but Led Zeppelin's my favorite band of all time. And the irony is they're the definitive heavy metal band because heavy metal, the term, I don't know if you know this, but there's 2 rock critics that were critiquing Led Zeppelin, and they actually use that as derogatory. It's like heavy metal, like banging and And so
Black Sabbath really
they're
was
the definitive heavy metal band, but I've taken that out. So it goes Black Sabbath.
Yep.
And then there's a bunch of tied. I think it's like Iron Maiden, Megadeth. I'm a kind of a freak for Dream Theater, and then a few other bands, and then probably Metallica. Sorry, Metallica.
I had to jab that one in there.
I say that you're not my fave. How can I say? I don't know. Anyways, interject anytime you want to go away.
Metallica's up there with me with Iron Maiden, but you know how it is.
They're up there. I mean, they're in the top.
You got
10.
Anthrax. You got Anthrax that did some pioneer stuff, so they're up there as well. Old school bands. But the only band that I would say that you would shy away from because you would have 50 songs on each album would be like MOD.
Yeah. How do I pick? I don't know.
You just toss that album right
and
now.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you can make suggestions because I haven't picked any of the other songs. I know the bands, I just don't know the songs. Anyway.
There you go.
Like Black Sabbath, I'm having a really hard time. Well, which Black Sabbath? I almost thought of God Is Dead, but that would be offensive to some people, even though they didn't listen to the lyrics. And it's not about God Is Dead. It's about how can all these things happen. Anyways.
Look at Ozzy with Suicide Solution, right? Come on.
Yeah. So we're going to go to the second quote. Number 2 by Nico Big Brain, the self-proclaimed Christian drummer. Well, he isn't the only drummer, but he's their last drummer that's been with them for, I think, 40 years now. So we're just going to call him the drummer. There's a few guys before him, but once he came on, just kind of like Bruce Dickinson. There's Bruce Dickinson, and then there's some other guy we won't talk about, and then Bruce Dickinson again. So it's Bruce Dickinson.
No, don't you dare mention Blaze Bayley.
Oh! You don't like Blaze?
Oh, no. That terrible 2-year hangover there.
What do you think of their first 2 albums, though?
Oh, for Blaze?
No. The very first 2 Iron Maiden with Paul.
So for Paul, I actually thought Paul was good. Paul was actually pretty good voice. He had some good concepts. Bruce was just style. A showman, and both of them had some great.
Actually, we should be
tones
looking
to
at
their
ourselves
voices.
instead of the quote. Yeah,
they really were. And if you compare apples with apples, both sang at different ranges, and both had that forward vision of what they wanted the band to be.
Well, I believe in his peak, I think Bruce Dickinson was 4.5 octaves, which is what?
He's just.
I think the only other person I know off the top of my head that could do 4.5 octaves was Freddie Mercury. It's only other one off the top of my head.
Put Freddie Mercury in any rock band. Hey, put Freddie Mercury in any rock band, and you got one hell of a band.
Oh yeah. Queen was one of my favorite bands. I like Brian May. I like Roger Taylor. Roger Taylor did a couple of cool. I think he did 2 or 3 solo albums. I think I own 2 of them, but they're really cool.
Did you ever listen to the Bruce Dickinson Tattoo Millionaire album when he left Maiden the first time?
No, I'm gonna have to pick that up now.
Really
Thank you very much. I don't have any money, and now I got to pick up a record. Thanks, Wayne.
Go to Tower Records for it. Let me know how you make out.
Yeah, with that. Tower Records. Oh my God, I used to love Tower Records. There was one in Chicago. There's this one. Well, it's a group of stores called The Flip Side. I just love the name. That's a great store too. And then when I went to University of Illinois, what was it called? Dang it. I wish my friend Jim was watching. There was a couple of cool suit. Anyway, let's go with the quote for Nico. So look, boys and girls. Oh, by the way, this is from the documentary behind the scenes about Iron Maiden touring. If you haven't seen it, it's informative, it's endearing, and there's moments of hilarious. Here is a moment of hilarity. So they're in the van after their music and they're filming them, and then Nico does kind of a aside. He goes, "Look, boys and girls, this is what it's like after a gig in a band, okay? We post-mortem the gig for about 10 seconds. We make apologies to one another, and then we argue about ice cream van and stuff." the guy's a kook. And then the life lesson I got from that: do what you're going to do, learn from it, move on, and live life. So that's what I like about that quote. He's like, yeah, we're serious about our music, as stated by Steve. They're all about the music. Then Nico goes, yeah, we do our music. We do a good job for our fans. We kind of examine it lightly, shortly, and go, hey, Bruce, you messed up on that song. And then we're sorry, won't do it again. And then they do it again anyway. But then, they go on with their life. That's what it's all about. I mean, if you're good at something, go do it. Do it to the best of your ability. And by the way, that'll be Bruce's thing too on the quote. But yeah, so just do it. Do it. Let's see if we have any non-LinkedIn. Nope, no non-LinkedIn comments yet. Okay. So by the way, we broadcast this on YouTube, my channel, EOC Studios, and then Facebook group Einsteins of Creativity, which is what EOC stands for. And then LinkedIn, my profile. So this is my favorite quote. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Who? Ronnie James Dio, or remember when they fought about that?
Oh, boy.
I put this together. That's sad that he's dead, man. He was a great singer.
He was a great showman too.
Oh yeah.
Ronnie James Dio was phenomenal.
I saw him with Black Sabbath. I saw him with Rainbow, and I saw him by himself.
The other band that you could think about for this month is Motley Crue, because they just released that documentary called The Dirt, and they did
they really
that
have a metal.
They you know what? They were on the border. I grew up with the guy who played for Trickster, right? And he knows them pretty well. And Trickster ain't. Sorry if you're watching, Vin. Not calling you heavy metal, buddy, but get over it.
Yeah.
But Motley Crue had its close to a
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I've liked them ever since. She's got the looks that kill.
And they weren't supposed to go with that song. They got in trouble for doing that song. And Shout Out the Devil. There were 2 songs that they weren't supposed to do. And they did it anyway.
That's one of my favorite songs, so I'm guilty. I just want to. The only thing I don't like about them is there's a song on Dr. Strangelove, and every time it comes on, it reminds me of one of my favorite guitarists' favorite albums, Montrose, Bad Motor Scooter, which I wonder if I can consider him heavy metal. So that was Sammy Hagar's first band. It was Montrose's band, but Sammy Hagar was the singer. Anyways, the one with the motorcycle, Ronnie Montrose did that first. Sorry, Ronnie did it first. But every time that song comes on, it's like, I can't remember the song now. But anyway, it sounds like a motorcycle guitar. It's from Dr. Strangelove. It actually might be No, I don't remember. Anyway, we should get Hey, what about then we already did Nico, and we already did that too, didn't we? Yes. Okay, let's get the Bruce Dickinson. I love this quote. The best way to find out about something is to try to do it to the max. A lot of people take up hobbies or sports and then find an excuse not to carry on with it. And then once I start something, I won't stop until I'm as good at it as I'll ever be. So, and then I put this on here. He's written books. He's written poems. He's a jet pilot. He's the lead singer of Iron Maiden and other groups, but we're talking about Iron Maiden, so I put in there. He's a pretty amazing dude, actually, if you check him out. What I like about him, too, is he's, if that quote from Steve, they're all about the music. I think it was in Rolling Stone. He said, look, man, if my voice goes out, I want Iron Maiden. I want the other guys to push me out and get someone who can sing. The guy's been with them for almost 40 years, and he says that. That's pretty cool.
They'll retire together. Trust me.
Huh?
They'll retire together. After that Blaze experiment, they'll retire together.
Oh, okay. So anyway, but yeah. And so the thing from that, it's the only way to master is through blood, sweat, and tears. Or as Yoda said,
Do or do not. There is no try.
Okay, that was more Fozzie Bear. Sorry. Sorry, Frank Oz. I was doing Yoda, and then I slid into Fozzie Bear.
Waka, waka, waka.
Anyway, so it's crazy here on Tune Into Life. Look at what Wayne did to me when he's a co-host. So first of all, I want to thank you for being the co-host. Then we'll review, then we'll cut off. And if you stay on, we can talk a little after. But I'm going to just quickly do review. So the things we learned from Hallowed Be Thy Name, Iron Maiden, is that clarity of purpose backed by action always leads to success. Do what you're going to do, learn from it, move on, live life. And the only way to master it is through blood, sweat, and tears. Or as Yoda said, not going to do the voice this time, do or do not. There is no try. And as always in my show, living your best life creates a better world for everyone. I truly believe that. The trademark's almost mine. And I just want you all to go out there and live your best life. When you live your best life, you can tell your story. You will impact people in a positive way. You'll get them to tell their story, to live their life. And that's a good thing. So I want to thank Wayne. Thank you very, very much for coming on. And maybe if I go with one of your other heavy metal songs, we'll bring you on. It might become a thing. Hey, whenever I do heavy metal, I bring on the Wayne. Hey, Wayne, come on with doing heavy metal. What can I say?
Right. Hey, forget about it. Eh? What do you say?
Hey, forget about it. That's right. So,
hey, Mark, you want to know a fun fact about Hallowed Be Thy Name? I had a job that I knew I was going to get fired from. Every day on the bus, I played that song on a loop until I got into the office. And then as I left the office, until I reached home. Until I got fired. Yep. Until I got fired. And I got fired. And then I stopped playing that song for a while.
Oh, yeah, I would too. Actually, my favorite music getting fired story is I used to be a disc jockey. And so one of the stations, I was the primetime drive, the morning drive. So I did 6 a.m. to 10, sometimes later. But the guy before me, that's probably the worst time to have a show. Anyways, the station manager pissed him off. And this is back in the day when sometimes they let you bring in your own album. So even though we had carts, which were kind of like 8-tracks, you're supposed to do station identification. You're supposed to do public service announcements, and you're supposed to do commercials. Dude did nothing on his 4-hour show. He just brought in all his AC/DC albums, and he played them back to back to back with no introduction, no nothing, and he got fired. But I thought that was, he knew he was going to get fired anyway, I guess. I didn't know that. I thought it was pretty good. Anyways, awesome. That just cracked me up. So anyway, I know. What a way to go. All right, you're going to fire me? I'm going to play AC/DC. Anyway,
I'll show you.
That's right. He did. All right, so I'm going to play the outro, and then I'll catch you on the back thing. But everybody else, have a good day. We'll see you next Thursday. It's Heavy Metal Month. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to do a Black Sabbath song next week. I'm not. Yeah. All right. Catch you later.